Ladies and gentlemen, lovers of war, traders of great renown, I, the Strategic Indian, bid you welcome to my channel, where our motto is think, practice thinking. You are watching the starting episode of me playing as the Western Roman Empire with the This is Total War challenge in Total War Attila. In this challenge, I will declare war on every faction as soon as I see them and never accept peace. We shall carry through the war until they are completely annihilated. Previous attempts at this challenge has produced a grindfest of endless garrison battles and cessation of Roman territory to the numerous enemies. However, inspired by the Total War Cat, we shall in this episode strategically deploy our limited resources and lay the groundwork for an everlasting Western Roman Empire. We shall aim to not give any Roman territory up. We shall neither abandon our own cities nor raze any Eastern Roman cities if they are in the hands of a Roman faction. Now, let us go into the starting cinematic and see what our advisor has to say.
The air was filled with smoke and blood. The Roman Empire was divided. From the Pillars of Hercules to the far reaches of the Adriatic, the Western Empire stretched. Sacred earth where men of greatness conquered. But those who followed neglected Rome, fighting over the scraps of past glory. Either cast aside their petty differences or succumb to barbarous darkness. And behold, a red horse, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Romans of the Western Empire, those noble sons of the Eternal City, the time had come to restore power to Rome. They made ready for war. It was the will of the late Emperor Theodosius that Rome be divided, and this has left you in a precarious situation. Overstretched and desperately trying to protect the Western Empire from barbarian threat, the burden of military and civil maintenance has left your economy in tatters. Public order is waning, so it may be wise to consolidate your forces closer to the capital, ceding frontier territories as a buffer if necessary. Once your infrastructure has been strengthened, and the immediate threats dealt with, you will be ready to strike forth, conquer your enemies, and if possible, regain dominion over the Eastern Roman Empire. Build a Roman Empire worthy of Augustus himself.
That was a lot of doom and gloom. Let us try to break down the threats we face by theaters and sectors therein. Good strategy always involves putting your threats and resources in clearly defined baskets and dealing with them in order of priority. We have threats in Britannia from 3 Celtic tribes in the north and at Camulodunum from Viking raiders coming at us from the north. We shall face threats in Gaul, especially Colony Agrippina, and we shall defend every inch of the Balkans, and this is the European theater. We do not need to worry about the Eastern Roman Empire as they have their hands full. Their territories are going to be ripe for reconquest and adding to our economy. We face three threats in the African theater. We shall deal with them one at a time, and initially we shall focus on our near enemies, for example, the Alamans. No mercy shall be shown. The year is 395 AD. Let us look at our faction tab. We have our emperor Flavius Honorius Augustus, who is 16 and a minor, a historical detail which they have preserved in game. Now let us look at the emperor, who always has negative traits, but some of them can be wiped out by putting him into battles. He will gain the cruel line of traits, despite me being a paragon of virtue and forgiveness and ransoming our enemy soldiers. His wife is giving her husband cunning, which is amazing. Let us now have a look at our heir Flavius Stilicho, who is often blessed with +1 cunning, allowing him to get knight fighting capabilities, which will be a vitally sought after trait in all our generals. He also has nice governor's traits which might be used in a pinch. Stilicho's daughter has good traits, but it will be a while before we can use her to marry a patrician and bring him into our faction. Next, our power is acceptable, which gives public order bonus but lowers the taxes we collect. We shall therefore aim to get the power to balanced, whereby we won't get either positive or negative effects to public order and taxes collected. Now we move on to the poison chalice of diplomacy, where our aim is to cause maximum consternation to the enemy while extracting the most resources from them. Firstly, we will foment a war between the Franks and the Saxons to take pressure off of Gaul and especially Colonia Agrippina. Excellent. Now, we shall go on to join all the wars of the Eastern Roman Empire for the maximum possible amount of gold we can extract. In this case, they are unreliable and do not like us very much. We are therefore only able to extract 3,500 gold from them. But depending on your having friendlier relationships with them, it's possible to get up to 4,100 gold in this exchange. Now we cycle through each of the factions we can see by friendliness and try to get the most amount of gold possible from them. Generally, Eastern Roman Empire gives far more gold, even 1100, but we are only able to get 300. Nobatia is rebellious and therefore refuses to give us any gold. We notice that the Angles are rearing for a fight against our common enemy, the Jutes. They ask for 900 gold to join our war, which, in my humble opinion, is 900 more gold than I'm willing to give to them. We shall return to this at a later time. Gaetulians do not like us. and therefore do not wish to trade with us. This is unfortunate because it is often possible to get over 1,000 gold in establishing trade relationships with them. However, the Mauryans are more than happy to trade 1100 gold for the non-existing trade we shall be doing with them till the rest of their pathetic experience. There. That completes the first round of diplomacy. Let us now move on to the final strategic deployment of our forces. We shall raise an army in Belgica which will allow Hilarius to move to Frisia and hire mercenaries. We shall then hire a fleet in Camulodunum which will stop the oncoming storm of the Franks and the Saxons. Finally, we shall raise a fleet against the Ebdanians in Eboracum, which will complete deployment in the European sector. In the African sector, we shall bring Honorius into play by hiring him at Leptis Magna, by raising an army, and giving him 3 spears to be recruited. This will be the force which will destroy the Garamantians eventually. Let us go momentarily over to the Hispania sector, where there is an army which is costing us a lot of upkeep while not being near any threatening sector. We shall disband them to gain their upkeep back. This will allow us to raise our 8th and final army in Augusta Trevorarum.
Ready for orders. At your command.
Now, the patrician here has got the master planner ability, which gives him +1 cunning, allowing him to learn night fighting early on. We shall bring back the memory of the glorious Spanish Legion in Belgica.
Commander, we hunger for
There.
battle. Set up the watch.
Hilarius is going to hand over all the troops that he is in charge of to the new patrician.
Ready for battle. Get moving.
Now,
you wretches.
Hilarius will force march to Frisia to hire all the mercenaries available there.
Ready for orders. Your next command.
We decide against hiring the Germanic javelin cavalry and the highly expensive onager. Hilarius tries to run back to friendly Roman territory, however, he cannot. May the Emperor protect him. In Camulodunum, we raise a fleet with a patrician with the administrator trait. This is excellent. Once he is leveled up, he will serve as an excellent governor.
Yes. Easy into
We make sure that he is docked at the end of the turn. This will stop enemy navies to attack him without the support of and protection of the city. There is a very hidden fleet of Saxons nearby, and we hire 1 mercenary Libunian skirmisher to defend against the oncoming storm. We shall also hire 3 Libunian skirmishers, which are going to be upgraded to bow units with additional range and ammunition, which is highly important in the coming battles. With our final patrician, we are going to raise a fleet at Saguntium.
Police reporting.
We shall ensure that he is safely docked, and we shall hire a single unit of Libonian skirmisher to take on the Abdanians. This will complete our strategic deployment of forces.
Commander.
The newly recruited army in Augusta Trevorum will now hire 3 spear units, which will allow us to take the Suebians out in the next turn. The existing army at Durocorum is going to move forward to the indicated position. Take note not to improve and move further than the position indicated. This is enough points for the Suebians to move forward and threaten us, whereby we will retreat behind the river, join the 2 armies into one armored fist and crush the Suebians under them. Now, we have not yet declared war on the accursed Suebians, therefore we can use the Roman ability to hire troops off of them. We get 1 skirmisher and 1 axe units. If you are lucky, you can even get 2 cavalry units, which are much better. Let us now move over to the Balkan front. We are going to attack and destroy the Cadian faction.
Ready for battle.
Let us proceed by moving
We
into
take
their
their
territory.
settlements. You have further orders?
We shall now proceed to hire the maximum number of mercenaries available in the region, taking care that we do not hire the mercenary onager, which is very expensive. If you have the onager unit in your army, the enemy is going to charge out and try to attack you. At this early stage, with such weakened troops, we are not able to take that head on. We shall therefore choose to keep them within their city limits. Since this is a legendary difficulty, it's not possible to save the game with a Control S as you saw previously, and the only way is to initiate fights like this whereby the game is saved. Let us keep them corked up in their city. The army which is nearest to Germania, which is Legio Gemina, is now going to move into Germania.
Commander.
We immediately notice one Germanic army standing outside of their walls. This army is going to be destroyed, followed by the city of the Alamans. Make sure you do not proceed far into the Alamanic territory because there are Vandals hiding nearby and you do not wish to see them right now. We hire 1 single Germanic cavalry, no more, which is necessary for this army to not run away from us. And we will proceed with this attack in the near future. We now set up a trap for the Getulians. We shall force them to get out of the safety of their city and attack us in Mauritania with the army which is nearest to them. They do have a possibility of moving eastward toward Hadrumantium, which makes it very difficult to counter them. Therefore, this bait is necessary for them to move out of their city into our territory where they will not be able to train any units. They suffer from considerable public order disorder, which will be exacerbated by their army leaving their cities. We shall move near Caesarea. However, we shall not enter the city, thereby providing an enticing target to the Gaetulians. As soon as they will attack us, we will retreat and we will break their resolve in a Roman city, followed by a counterattack into their territory. It is possible that by the time we reach their territory, there might be a rebellion given their public disorder. We shall ensure that we hire the cavalry so as to deny it to the enemy. Now, we expect our first martyr to be nearest to Pannonia, where we shall build a triumphal arch to him eventually. This will take us a very long time, however, we are going to make sure that it happens. However, right now, we keep our head on our shoulders and simply go on to research military standardization. This will improve in 2 turns our Limitani border guards to Comitatense spears, and also improve our sword units from cohorts to legios. It is now time to initiate the attack on the cursed Cadians.
For death and honor!
Here we go.
Take this settlement!
Now, this battle will be for the next time. So please like and subscribe, continue to watch, and I hope to see you back here. Thank you very much.